Welcome to the 54th Annual Championship of the International Guild of Extreme Cereal Consumption. We are here with our championship game with two extremely qualified finalists. We're here with Tim BERKLEY, who is a 3-time Glazer Award winner. We are also here with Clive O'Flanagan, who has 6 Golden Bowls and is the most award-winning cereal consumer in the history of the games. For this championship game, we have a very, very exciting challenge. So what we're going to do is the Bowl of Change.
Very exciting to be here tonight. I'm the Colonel, and with me as always,
Scooty McScoots, and welcome to downtown Brussels, where we will be showing you this beautiful competition.
An exciting face-off between two titans of the sport, dating as far back as Tim has been competing for over 18 years now, and has quite the list of accolades.
Yes, he does, and I want to remind you also, Flanagan is really bringing up the youth culture in this sport, and I want to just point out that this really is one of the most intriguing international competitions within all of IGEC, I would say. The Bowl of Change is just a rapidly changing and just continues to be one of the most strategic-based challenges.
There's a lot of food eating challenges. There's a lot of food eating challenges, and it's such a breath of fresh air in this space to see something as innovative as the Bowl of Change.
Okay, well, without further ado, I think that unless, of course...
I want to go over a couple of the finer points, just if you're new to the IGEC specifications for the competition.
IGEC, for those of you that are not aware, is the International Guild of Extreme Cereal Consumption, and we really look forward to this event.
The two main points, this is going to be your standard Harvard Bowl with 2-to-1 ratio, and the bowl is going to have 42 grams of dry cereal, to which the competitors will add 142 grams of milk. They will do that as we set the timer for 2.5 minutes. They will, at the start of that timer, add their milk and begin eating. The two stipulations that really keep things moving are they have to have cereal on every spoonful. If they take a spoonful which is just milk or the cereal falls off, that's a big deduction and that costs them points. And the first competitor to either finish all of the cereal pieces ends the time, or when the time runs out, it's over. Allison, our host, has selected with IGEC standards that the contestants will be eating Fruit Loops at this specific competition. And Fruit Loops carries with it its own sort of set of challenges. But why don't you...
You know what? I'm really excited that she picked Fruit Loops, because if you remember back in the '83 competition...
Don't we all?
I think that it created a lot of mixed... I think some people considered the winner of that event illegitimate.
And that's why we had a huge, exodus from the sport. We lost about 30% of the competitors after the results of the '83 came in.
Correct. Western Europe basically just left.
So we're excited to see this competition take place. Once again, two titans going head-to-head, and I say we get right down to it.
I'm ready.
Allison, are you ready to count this down?
I am so excited and ready. All right, everyone, on the count of 3. All right, 1, 2, 3.
Now, unsurprisingly, we see Tim with a steady hand going. Now, Tim comes from a long line of competitive cereal eaters. His great-grandfather actually was one of the pioneers of the sport.
Yes, and actually a long line of surgeons also.
We're seeing some new moves here from O'Flanagan, who's typically been more cavalier with his approach.
I'm used to seeing him. Yeah, you're correct. I'm used to seeing him go a little bit more for speed, but it seems like he's meticulously calculating each stroke. And I wonder, is he going for laser right now, or do you think he's going after a different sort of strategy?
Allison, 30 seconds into here, what are you seeing from these two contestants that's surprising you right now?
I gotta say, Clive is attacking the bowl in a way that I have not seen him do before.
Wow! Wow! Did you see that right
Hang
there?
on, let's take a quick look back at that again.
Whoa!
Impressive.
That's so good.
O'Flanagan with a rare scene move. The amount of cereal he's getting on a spoon is impressive. And something that matters here, because the game is over when one player finishes all their cereal, even though we weigh the bowls to see who has less, if a player notes that the other one is proceeding faster, by finishing their cereal, even with less milk, but finishing the dry pieces, they can stop time and halt their opponent's progress.
That's exactly correct, Colonel. And what we're seeing here perhaps might be a blitz strategy coming up the rear here on Berkeley's case. He's trying to sort of undercut O'Flanagan's initial weight strategy.
O'Flanagan, I can't tell if he's going just milk right now, but that's going to cost him in the deductions, and he's got a good amount of dry cereal stuck to the side of that bowl still.
Well, we're going to have to calculate later, but definitely the meticulousness originally from the strategy in O'Flanagan it has gone out the window. He must be perhaps.
Tim is done
we've
with the
got-
cereal.
We're stopping time. Wow, a photo finish.
Just
O'Flanagan gets in his own head right at the end and seems to lose sight, little tunnel vision going into it, and Tim was able to just close and make that happen.
You know what? No matter what happened here, I think what we just witnessed is two of the most incredible cereal consumers we've ever seen on this earth.
Really impressive.
The amount of moves that were demonstrated there, the amount of changes in strategy, just constant. I mean, what was going through their heads? You got to just wonder. I mean,
Always impressive to see two pioneers of the sport face off in a
Indeed,
situation
yes.
like this. Allison, if you bring the bowls over, we'll measure them and get down to the actual weight differential and see if Tim's sprint at the end ended up costing him. That's a lot of milk.
that
left in
is an
bowl.
awful lot of milk. Yes, that's true.
We'll try to ignore the fact that Allison's walking right in front of our camera, but I don't know what she would have done otherwise.
Wow.
This,
Look at that.
This is impressive.
Photo
I
finish.
wish we had planned ahead to have footage of these bowls at this angle, but we're just going to have to describe them to people.
There are perhaps 5 pieces of Fruit Loops left, as you can see.
To measure here, we have our IGEC approved bowl. This is all standard. Both contestants bring their own spoon, but the spoons are examined for compliance before we began. That all happened before we started rolling. We're going to zero the scale here and test Tim's bowl first for how many grams he has remaining. Now, Tim was the one who finished. There are no dry cereal pieces left. And he has 66 grams of milk left in his bowl. Not bad.
Not bad at all. I would say for the amount of speed that he did that and the meticulousness with which he took every bite, I would say that is pretty impressive.
And here comes O'Flanagan's bowl. I don't know how much weight this is going to add, but there's the extra
Seems
2
to be a
pieces.
lot of cereal in there.
A lot of cereal.
There are a total, my mistake earlier, I mentioned that there were 5 pieces left. It appears that there was a 6th sleeper in there that I didn't notice the first time.
It happens.
And
We've
look
got
at
the
this
totals.
weight.
We've got the totals. Let's add our deductions real quick. Allison, why don't you give a quick introduction and talk a little bit to our contestants while we tabulate the finals here.
So, how are you guys feeling after the game?
Well, Allison, thank you very much. It's great to be here. I think we had a really good competition. I kind of, with the bowl of change, I admired Clive making some great headway and had to change my strategy up a little bit, and so I really kind of escalated my pace.
Clive, is there a reason that you started so fast and yet you slowed down a bit?
Before I answer that question, what is going on with those sleepers in the bowl?
They will be weighed in the actual milk measurements.
But then after that,
You can have them if
okay.
you want to finish it. We also have more cereal we can put back in your bowl if you want to start practicing for next year.
Why do you say that? Did I lose?
Just saying everyone to practice, and we want to see both of you here in the competitions again.
Can we go back to your original question?
Did you have a strategy going into today?
You know, today I really came up with a rip it and grip it type strategy. So, to answer your question, no.
Tim, did you have anything coming in that you knew that you wanted to accomplish? Any strategy?
No, we've been working with the team and just trying to have various game plans ready for employment for today. Just with the gravity today and being with the world champion Clive, really excited to have this opportunity and wanted to be able to have a good plan of attack ready to go and picked my best spoon.
It's surpassing.
We went with a light spoon today. Little bit just less mass, a little bit easier to come up from the bowl.
Okay.
we'll see what happens.
Well, I think it was a great battle of two wits and two skills. But with that, let's go back and see the results.
So, as you know, the rules come down. Each contestant starts with the classic 83 points, and we add to that, if someone finished before time was up, they get the amount of seconds remaining of the 2.5 minutes added as points to their total, but then we subtract the remaining amount of grams in each of their bowls. So starting with that 83, go ahead.
I'm sorry to cut you off. I just want to mention, for those of you who aren't all that familiar with the sport, in the case of a glazer, points are completely irrelevant. That basically is an automatic win, as we all know. I want to remind the audience that Tim Berkley has accomplished that 3 times in just the past.
If you're unfamiliar with what a glazer is when a contestant can finish every last bit in their bowl, but with having cereal on their spoon with every spoon.
That's correct. Initially pioneered by Philip Glazer back in '63, and let me tell you, it
Not common.
does not happen often.
And I thought we may see one from Tim Berkley here tonight,
It
but he
looked
went
like
with
his
the blitz.
initial strategy, and that's okay.
And we've got the results here, starting with 83 points and losing 55 points for the 55 grams remaining in his bowl. Clive O'Flanagan has a final score of 28, but
That's very good. That's very good.
Tim's score, starting with 83, minus 66 grams, because he had a little more left in his bowl than Clive did, but added to that the 38 seconds of bonus he gets for finishing before time was up. We have our final scores. Tim Berkley with 55 points, our winner, over Clive O'Flanagan with 28
Wow,
points.
beautiful competition. That was
amazing.
And I think then all that's left then is the award ceremony. And Allison, if you'd be willing to present
Good
the
match.
Over
award.
there on your right one, Chad.
As you all know, every year we give out a box of a special cereal to the winner, and I am very happy to congratulate you today with this box of Touchdown Captain Crunch. We're all
Allison,
very proud of you.
This touchdown means a lot to me. Really happy.
Congrats.
Great competition and a great competitor. Really happy for this win for this whole team.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for being pioneers to your sport. As always, I'm the Colonel.
I'm Scooty McScoots.
On behalf of Allison Gray, thank you so much for joining us.
Keep watching horse pictures.